Now that the sweater is all sewn together, the last step is adding the ribbing to the cuffs, the edge, and the neckline. So you have a couple of options here again. One, you can make a strip of crochet ribbing and then sew it on, or you can do applied ribbing, so you can make it as you go. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. So start with a slip knot on your hook. We'll join to one spot. I like to join on the underside where the seam is, just so that it hides the seam of the ribbing also, but you can really join wherever you want. So we'll attach this. Now we'll chain 9. And this will make a ribbing that's 8 stitches long. This is somewhere that you can modify it for your preference if you like a longer cuff or a shorter cuff. Now you're going to slip or single crochet in the second chain from your hook and across, so you'll have 8 single crochet. The nice thing about doing it onto the cuff directly is that you're not going to have to sew it on later. The downside is that when you turn your rows, you're going to have to turn your whole sweater, so that can get kind of annoying. Okay, so we've got our 8 stitches. Now we're going to slip stitch in the next stitch on your sweater and the stitch after that. Now do a chain, a single chain, and you turn. Now we're going to work in the back loop only, and so this is going to be 8 stitches long, so it can be a little hard to tell what stitch you're working into on this end. So if you want to count from the edge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going to go back loop only in this stitch. I'm always going to work back loop only for all of the ribbing. So I'll do back loop only across this strip for 8 stitches. Now on this edge, we'll chain 1 and turn again. Now we'll come back along this cuff. Again, we're going to work back loops only. Back along the cuff, ribbing. So again, that was 8 stitches, back loop only. Now I'm going to go in the next stitch, so not this one that I came out of right here, but the next one after that. I'll slip stitch in that next stitch and in the stitch after that. So every time you come back to the sweater, you're going to slip stitch in the next 2 rows. Then chain 1, turn, and we'll back loop only single crochet. So you'll just continue like this until you've gone all the way around your cuff, and then you can sew the ribbing together. The other option is to make a strip of ribbing that would just look like this. So you'd be working 8 stitches of back loop only single crochet for the number of rows of however many stitches you have. So my cuff ended with 38 stitches, so I would do 38 rows, and then you could sew it on. So that's nice because you don't have to turn the whole sweater, but then of course you have to sew it on later. So those are your 2 options for how to attach the ribbing onto your sweater. On the other sleeve here, I've done about half of the cuff, so you can see a little bit better what it looks like, if I can get it untangled. So you can see I joined it right where the seam was. And this is the cuff with just 8 stitches of ribbing. You might want to do a longer ribbing section if you like to have a wider cuff. That is totally up to you, but you can see it's very stretchy. So you'll do this around each of the arm cuffs, around the bottom edge of your sweater, and around the neckline to finish the neckline. Happy crocheting!